Look how tall he stands, you guys. Is that amazing or what? And so they're given the best food, the best environment. Now they're going to be able to work towards breeding, coming back to, you know, the original genetics. Okay, you guys, today's going to be a really cool, fun time. We're actually, this is Spike, and we're at 3J's Tortoise Sanctuary, and is this amazing? And you know what? We even have somebody to make sure that we get all the stuff that I may not even know about Galapagos tortoises. One of the largest, maybe the largest in the world, considering that I heard of 1,100 pounder, and I thought there was an Aldabra that was the biggest one, and I heard it was 900. But now apparently I might be wrong about what got the biggest. So Glops are holding their records. Rebecca, come on over here. This is called living the dream, by the way. What do you think?
Yes, these animals are one of the most regal, prehistoric, amazing species on the planet, and it's a blessing every moment we're in their presence. For me anyway, for sure.
She gets to actually help them when they're laying the eggs. You know, the idea is that first of all, they're an endangered species. They're Appendix 1 endangered, and all these tortoises are being bred in captivity, and they're being selectively bred for their genetics, because there's a lot of extinct ones that were literally extinct years and years ago, and they're taking and they're breeding them and trying to bring back the genetics from the ones that are no longer available and that are no longer alive. And so there's some of these tortoises are actually going to go to a special breeding project just to ensure their purity and the longevity. And it's pretty amazing just to see giant dinosaurs. This one here is over 500 pounds, and Spike's over 500 pounds. And 1,100 pounds is the record, is that correct?
I believe so.
1,100 pounds is the record. Can you imagine? I mean, look at the size of it. Look at the size of this. Is this amazing or what? I mean, maybe you should stand next to it. I'm like a little overweight.
Like it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest.
So he's a big, beautiful male. Now, they lay eggs. You know, when they'll lay a clutch of eggs. They'll dig a spot up, and they'll lay the eggs. And Rebecca actually tries to assist, because what happens is an egg can drop on another egg and crack. It could do almost anything. And of course, these are endangered species. We don't want to have even one not make it. So Rebecca will actually sneak over there and put her hand down below and actually catch the egg in the air sometimes if she can. Sometimes she can't catch every egg, and they'll incubate them. A lot of people wonder, why do you incubate them? Well, it's real simple. Because incubation has a lot better success rate, and there's just no reason to have an animal that is endangered not to be multiplying it as good as it can. And so they're given the best food, the best environment. The ground is actually dug up and rocks are removed in order to make sure that they don't have a lot of problems, because where they come from, they have, you know, the right soil and everything. So this soil has a lot of rock in it and can be a problem for them to actually even nest in. And so they go through the whole nesting process, and it's just an amazing thing. Years and years ago, I had a Galapagos tortoise, and it actually is in here, and I'm just so amazed that when I saw him, I was like, what? I haven't had him for, I don't know, at least 25 years, 20 years. I haven't had him for over 20 years, and I'm just so amazed to have showed up here and saw my tortoise. It's kind of amazing.
Now they're coming.
They're enjoying the food.
Yeah.
So Rebecca, tell us about their personality.
Completely individual. Each one has their own preferences and personalities.
Kind of like people.
Exactly.
And we need to all get along a little better and live within those preferences. And you live within your preference, and they should live in their preference. And that's just my opinion.
Yep, they're individuals, individual souls, and it's awesome. Their own personalities. Some will keep you out. Some are a little bit more elusive. Spike is actually one of the most elusive with like neck scratches, but he's made a total 360, and now he will actually come and walk over to you and ask you for it instead of needing
people don't think reptiles will like attention. That is baloney.
Oh my gosh,
I mean,
it's amazing. They could be anywhere, but they choose to sleep together touching. So incredibly, they're so much more than what you know, the typical.
So some of them absolutely will come beg for their attention, right?
Yeah.
No
Chase
food
you down
required.
for it.
No
Chase
food
you.
required.
Like Tiny right there.
Just attention. I have Asian water monitors, and they'll do the same exact thing. Okay, so let's ask Rebecca the most impossible question in the world. Which is your favorite one?
Oh no. That's very hard, but Conan, who actually, you know, had some time with you in the beginning, is the newest, but he's actually become one of my most favorite because I can go up to him and hug him and cuddle him, and he will lay his head on my shoulder. And he has one eye, and I actually have a baby Galapagos that was born with no eyes. So when I found that out, I actually was kind of excited that I could learn the husbandry of having a tortoise that is special needs to an extent. And I think his disability makes him even more special.
And I bet he's doing fantastic.
Amazing. So, and Tiny right here is also a favorite. But
This is Tiny here?
Yeah.
And now, here's the story. So, years ago, they were brought in from different islands, and they didn't know they were all genetically slightly different. And so what happened in a lot of zoos, they got bred together. And the amazing part about it is it's going to work for the benefit in the long run, even though it sounds like a total mess up, because now all these genetics are from all these different things are all in this tortoises, and many of them have went extinct over the years. And so now the genetics are locked into these tortoises. He really wants them. And so now they're going to be able to work towards breeding, coming back to, you know, the original genetics. And so we have what is the island, the one that you have that's?
We have quite a few from different islands.
But you have one that's pure.
We have a couple that are
a couple of pure, but you have one female that's going to a special group.
Yeah, that one's.
We caught him on camera.
That one there is going over to hopefully the St. Augustine Alligator Farm.
Okay.
To breed specifically with their 3 that they have, so they can basically form a 1.1 group twice.
Of pure,
Yeah.
pure of that particular
I think it's Vicina.
lineage. Huh?
I think it's Vicina, but I'll have to check my records.
And it's, you know what, and that's not that important. The cool part is conservation is amazing, and through captive propagation, is there a better way to do it? I don't think so. That's just you know, I mean, you can protect islands, but you know what, storms happen, earthquake happens, volcanoes happen, people happen, housing happens. So I think that through captive propagation, anything we can do to preserve the species is a no-brainer, and that's what's happening here on an everyday basis. And Rebecca thinks it's the coolest thing on earth. So this is Rebecca's favorite. Even though she claims she doesn't have a favorite, no favoritism.
I have favorite things about each one.
There you go. That's a good catch. Tell us some of the characteristics you love about him.
So Conan is actually the newest member here, and he's a purebred. So not only does he have an awesome personality, but he's contributing to conservation, and he doesn't even know it. So he's one of the most, the males, they are a little bit more elusive with the love, but Conan, he will totally accept it, and I've experienced that. So he's been one of my tops. Even
Show everybody when they tripod up, when they
the hydraulics?
whatever you want to call it. Look at this. Is this incredible or what? In my personal opinion, one of the major things that has changed in America that needs to change back is interaction with wildlife, nature, and different things like that. And it's just so sad. You know, I mean, I get it. There's video games. You can learn from all that, but there's still nothing like standing next to a real live animal, feeding it, taking care of it, and learning about life. You know, it's one thing to play a game, and it's another thing to nurture an animal that's maybe even sick or needs some help. And even helping other people can be great. And so this is amazing stuff. Of course, we're next to a noisy place, but we're still having a good time. Look at that. We still got one thing left too. Look how tall he stands, you guys. Is that amazing or what?